Hi guys, and this is just going to be a quick review of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's just jump straight into it. So I really love the newfound friendship between Phaedra and Kenya. I don't know, it's just it's refreshing to see like just fruitfulness on reality TV. It doesn't seem like it's forced, it doesn't seem like it's part of a script. It just generally seems like two people that are rebuilding on a friendship, and it's really nice. I hate seeing people bickering and unnecessary fights and stuff. It's just like, and half of these people are so old anyway to even be acting like that. Like, I like seeing how they develop and what they're doing and seeing them laugh and seeing them smile, because you can be like, oh my god, that could be me in 10 years time, that could be us. Like, you can relate to it with people around you. But when they're just bickering and stuff, it's just like, ugh. But it was really nice, and I really like what Phaedra's doing. Like, I like her organisation, a little campaign charity thing. It's awesome. Before I start, let's start with before I start with Kenya, let's start with Sheree. I don't understand what it is about this season, but she is the most annoying person to me, like, in life. Like, you know, people like who have mouths like her can get people killed, you know, with the tattletales, and they're going here telling this and they're going here and telling that, but when the flame is directed at them, they cannot take it. It's like, oh my god. Like, I cannot stand Sheree. I can't stand her at all. And for an old woman, she should actually be ashamed of herself. I don't like her at 1 ounce. I'm not a team, but I do like Kenya. She does provoke people, absolutely. But at the table, alright, how do I say it? I do think that, like, she provoked Portia. The way that she just come at it, which everyone should, but the way Portia handled it was wrong. She started getting all defensive and stuff, but it shouldn't be something that's a shock to you, considering that you've had an altercation with every single person at the table. So if you're in anger management, they don't really need to phone and see how you're doing, because you're not friends. But I do understand what she said. If she felt attacked, it's just she could have handled it differently, not all on her phone, ignoring, I'm not going to entertain the conversation. It's like, why are you deflecting? Just answer, be like, I did do it, and blah blah. And Kenya's like, what? I just wanted the triggers. The triggers are basically like, just respect personal space. Like I don't really, the one thing that happened with us, which I do regret and I have said sorry for, but you did provoke me, you know, like putting your thingy in my face. Like, it's personal space. So like, if you can just respect my space and don't be up in my space and, you know, around this area, and just do this, then that wouldn't trigger me. I don't need anger management for that. And yes, I have been going to anger management to know how to handle myself better, but those are just triggers that just irk me, especially when we're not the closest. I don't understand why you just couldn't, like, explain, like, the whole walking off and everything else that happened is because of her reaction to it. But I do understand she felt ambushed, but you can't be ambushed or feel some sort of way when someone you're not really, you know, that you're okay-ish, you already know how that person is. So it's how you handle it after that. She made it like this big scene. When Kenya is Kenya, people are like, I was reading some comments in the blog like, she's a bully, she's this, oh, she's so distasteful and all this. And I was like, yeah. We all know what you're all gonna say. We all know what she's like. We all know how she acts. It's no surprise. I mean, that's Kenya. But the way Portia handled it, in my opinion, she could have handled it so much better. Like, she didn't have to go off the handle like that, and, you know, and the way Phaedra, because Phaedra was caught off guard, she could have went and confronted Kenya if she wanted to, but she didn't. And because what she said, like, Kenya should have just been a bit more, like, it's true, you know, it's not what you say to people, it's your delivery. And then asking someone if they're on medication, that was insulting. But it does make sense, because if you're going through anger management, like a depression stuff, like, no one really knows. I mean, I would think that someone has, if people have antidepressants, who knows, that might have, I understand, it's just the way that it was thrown out there. It was more of an insult than more of a concern. So people should really just learn to say stuff, and it's the way that you say things, and people wouldn't take that much offense to what you're saying if you just come at them correctly and respectfully. That's what I'm trying to say. In my videos, I always say it. You can talk to anyone about anything. It's just the way that you deliver it. You just have to be sensitive with things. You don't just bombard people with things. But I do understand your concern, because every time you've been away, there's been an altercation involving her. I totally agree. So she does have a right in retrospect to ask what she asks. It's just a delivery. And some people just need to practice that. I knew I forgot something. Todd. When he said that he quit his job for Portia, I was actually like, that's quite sweet, you know. I was like, ooh, I was expecting an R. She come down at him, you know I didn't want to leave you. I told you when I was going to win. I told you when I wanted to, I didn't want to.
Oh my god, she was talking so much. I was just like, oh
my god, shut up. Just shut up. I mean, he's a grown man. I'm sure that he's got a plan. I'm sure that he didn't just leave his job. He has no money, has no place to live. I'm sure he will get through that. And if you're his partner, you can stress your concerns. But if it's a post that affected his job career because of you two in his relationship, and he chose you over that, it shows that his intentions with you are pure. Why are you still questioning the obvious? And some people, honestly, just they talk and they go over so much nonsense without just enjoying the now and the fact that what he's just done for you. Like, I don't think he wanted to say congratulations, but I'm sure he didn't want all of that mouth. She just kept going on and on unnecessarily, and I was like, okay, understand, okay, you're moving into a new house, which is your house. It's not ours, it's your house. So she's moving into her house. So she don't need to be concerned about his finances. Obviously, he's got himself sorted. Otherwise, that he would have brought that up as a concern. A man would be like, I need to just find another job now. But obviously, he's sorted in some way, because he wasn't even a mention. Or she didn't even ask him. And when she asked him, she already answered, or she wasn't letting him talk. That's a problem with a lot of women like that, man. Just yak, 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 yak. Not everything's about what you want, Portia. Jesus. So, kind of a bit selfish as well, to be honest. He's yakking on. Oh my god, it was so irritating to watch. I was just like this. But I can't wait for next week's episode. So, we shall be back with next week. And I will be reviewing all shows this week. All shows with Love and Hip Hop and Black Ink and Being Mary Jane, which I should have done already, actually. But yeah. See you guys soon. Very soon. Oh. Okay. Bye.